Hi, I'm John Zimkus, and this is The City Show. Our first guest is Julie Fennessy, who's the director of the Stolly Center at the Countryside Y. Welcome, Julie. Welcome back. Now, Julie, every year around this time, we normally have you come in and talk about the Veterans Day celebration at the Countryside Y. And it's been going on for a number of years. And how long have you been in charge of it now?
This is my 9th year. The first year I partnered with Sherry Reed. And so I kind of got the lay of the land, and now I've been taking over since then.
Well, I've been to a couple, and they're very, very impressive. Now, it's going to be on November 11th, Veterans Day. What time?
Noon. It'll be at noon in the main gym.
The main gym, okay. Because the two I've been to, one was at the main gym, and one at the event center, they call it? Okay.
Yeah, we've outgrown the event center.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
It is good. So, yeah, we are going to host it in the main gym, and the event will be held in there as well as lunch.
Okay. Now, what's the cost?
It's free and open to the community.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, how does the Y get the money to do that, to offer it free?
From the community and generous donators. Fred Jacobs from the Lebanon Eagles, I believe it's $13.95. They donate every year to this program.
Oh, that's great. That's absolutely great. What kind of numbers of people do you have? Do you know?
So last year, with the high school choir, the ROTC, and the high school band, we had about 450 people.
Wow.
I know.
Well, that's very impressive.
It is. It's actually awesome.
Now, you mentioned the high school band. There are an impressive number of different organizations taking part in this. And the colors are brought in by whom?
So the cadets from the Little Miami High School will be there, as well as the Little Miami Select Choir.
Okay.
Then I have the Wind Ensemble from the Lebanon High School, and then I have the Warren County Sheriff Department. So they'll be there as well. Now,
the Sheriff's Department is an honor guard thing? Is that what it is?
It's the Pipe and Drum Corps.
Okay, that's very impressive. Now, is that with the bagpipes too?
Yep.
Oh,
amazing.
It is amazing. You think of bagpipes as being England, Scotland, Ireland, or something, but it's so impressive.
There's something very moving about listening to them, and then the taps towards the end of the event it's just beautiful.
And there's also going to be a 21-gun salute. Is that right?
Yes, there will be. Yep.
Now, the last time I was there, of course, they don't fire the guns in the gym.
No, they're outside in the front. Yeah. No.
But I think the doors were open to hear it, weren't they?
Yeah, so that we can hear it. Yeah.
And I think it's recorded, and as part of the playback, you see the firing of the guns. Now, who does the firing of the guns?
The Warren County Sheriff Department. I don't know. They have a group of gentlemen that handle that. So.
Well, they are impressive because there is a folding of the flag, isn't there?
Yeah. So there is a flag ceremony, and that will be given to one of our oldest living veterans, and he will be there too.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, the Lebanon, is a jazz band there?
The Wind Ensemble.
The Wind Ensemble, okay.
Yeah.
Now, are they the ones who are going to play the different themes for the different branches of service?
Service songs, yes, they will play those as well.
Because that gives people to be recognized as to what branch.
So if you hear your branch service song, stand up and we can clap for you.
Do you have any idea how many veterans come?
Oh, that's a good question. I do not know, but a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have that number for you.
Yeah.
There are quite a few.
Now, in years past, you actually read a list of veterans, didn't you?
I did. And unfortunately, and sadly, the list has grown. And several of those members and their families are deceased as well. So I wanted to have an opportunity to recognize all deceased veterans from people that just came for that day. So now I do a part of the ceremony where I will give a white flower to anyone who's representing a deceased veteran.
Yeah, and who was handing out the flowers last time I was there?
Last year, it was the ROTC. They help us. And then we also have a part where the daycare kids will come in and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. So that's always super cute.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Now, the whole thing is, what, almost an hour? Or
Yep, about an hour.
Yeah.
And then lunch after that at 1 o'clock, a hot meal. Again, it's free. So, yeah.
Now, is there a need for registering for this?
No, you don't have to register. We had to a few years ago during COVID, but now it's just open. So I anticipate roughly 400 to 450 people. So, yeah, please come.
Now, in years past, I have seen as a special speaker the sheriff of Brown County, Gordon Ellis, who in the military was a major general. And then a very interesting one, the mayor, well, she's now former mayor of Middletown. She is the wife of a veteran.
Yes.
And, you know, they're serving their military too.
I agree.
And at Nicole Condry?
Yes. Oh, yes, you're right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And who's the guest speaker this time?
Jerry Ferris. He's pretty well known throughout Lebanon. He is a Purple Heart recipient. I did have him, I think about 5 or 6 years ago, and he was amazing. And I had been asked to bring him back. And unfortunately, my guest speaker this year, there were some family issues, so she had to cancel. And I reached out to him immediately. He was the first person I thought of, and he graciously is going to help.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Do you know what action he received for Purple Heart?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Was it Vietnam or was it Afghanistan?
It was Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay.
Yeah, he's an amazing speaker, and he's got a wonderful presence about him, and he was just an amazing guy. So I'm excited.
Well, as I've said, it is an impressive ceremony. It's a great place to have it. All the different organizations being involved. Yeah. It's very moving and it's very worthwhile.
Thank you. I'm honored to be able to put it on every year. It means so much to me, and I also am super happy that I have all the high school kids participating. I think it's really important for all ages to understand what it means to be a veteran and what Veterans Day is about.
Well, that is an excellent point. You know, a few of them may have perhaps a parent from Afghan or Iraq, Afghanistan, or a grandparent from Vietnam, but there are some who don't have that connection, and it's good to see this kind of dedication to their country and service. Yeah. Is there anything else we need to tell the viewers?
No, just come ready to eat, celebrate, have a wonderful day with us. Yeah.
Now, once again, it's Monday, November 11th, actual Veterans Day at noon. Yeah. And it'll be at the main gym. Is that correct?
Yes, in the main gym.
Is there a certain door you should go into?
I would recommend coming in through the main entrance.
Okay.
And there's plenty of handicap parking in that entrance. So, yeah, I would.
And that's the one facing Deerfield Road?
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. Well, Julie, thanks again for being here. Me. And thanks for you and the Y for putting on such a great program.
Our pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we have 3 guests. We have Mark Titmus from the Coffee Caravan. We have Aaron Bowman, who is a barista at the Coffee Caravan. And we have Christina Horton, who is a supervisor of outreach job coaches for the Warren County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Yes.
Very good. Now, Mark, I did not know until I was preparing for this interview that the Coffee Caravan is dedicated to give employment to people who have developmental disabilities.
Correct. Correct.
How long has the caravan been there?
So I've been we started the Coffee Caravan about 5.5 years ago. We started with a trailer. Then we did that for about 2 years, maybe a little bit less. And then COVID came along, and we just kind of didn't have opportunities to do anything at that point. And I couldn't be in the trailer, we had to be 6 feet apart. So I couldn't have any of the individuals working for me because we were too close together. So what we did was we decided to take that time and go inside and build out a brick and mortar store. So that was about 3.5 years ago that we opened there. And it's been a tremendous success. It's been much bigger than anything I ever anticipated. My wife, until last year, was a special education teacher at Lebanon High School. And what kept her up at night was what happened to her kids. Some of them could be 40 plus years old after they left. And what she saw was there was a lack of opportunity for kind of a lot of the individuals with developmental disability that were kind of in the middle. If they're higher functioning, they can hold a community job. Without any problems. And the lower function, they can go to what's called a day program, which is like an adult daycare, and be happy there. But there's some that just, kind of in the middle that need a little bit more help. And specifically that really are social and want interaction with people. It's okay to be in the back and for some people and put things in boxes or clean toilets or do whatever, and that's great. You're going to meet Aaron here in a little bit. Aaron's a social guy. He's not going to be happy doing that. He wants to be around people. So it's what motivated her to push me to do this.
Now, I think I've met your wife. I believe I work at the Harmon Museum.
Okay.
I believe she brought that.
Yeah, before I started this, I was Jody's husband or Ben's dad.
Yeah, okay.
Dad. Yeah. Nobody. I always worked downtown. Nobody knew me. So now it's kind of changed.
Now, with the involvement of the coffee caravan, what do you want customers to experience when they come there?
Well, a lot of things. From the customer side, number one, I can't just be like a dog and pony show. I have to give a top-notch product, right? So you're going to come in, you're going to experience meeting somebody like Aaron, having Aaron serve you a coffee, but it's also a top-notch cup of coffee. I'm kind of a foodie, kind of a snob, and that's all that I'll serve. I can't do I don't want to be like church coffee or lousy coffee or mid coffee that people are going to come in and see Aaron and then never come back. I've got to be a coffee shop that can stand alone without the individuals, and they deserve that. They deserve to work a real coffee shop.
Now, how many people with disabilities do you
so
have?
Right now, currently on our roster, we have it's 17. Some, not all of them work every day. Aaron works quite a bit. He's earned it. He started with 1 day a week, and he's earned his way up through hard work to 4 days a week. That's the most that I have, but most of them are 1 day a week.
What are the variety of jobs that they have?
Most of the time, they kind of, the main two, they either work the register or they make drinks. And so a lot of times when they first start, we'll kind of figure out which one they're better at. And then after they kind of get comfortable with that, I'll push the window a little bit and push them to the other job until they're comfortable with that too. So Aaron can float between both. One of the things for him, we work a lot on, and not just him, but a lot of the individuals, work a lot on counting change. So giving proper change back, because that's a skill it's really good for retail, but it's also really good in your everyday life because you don't want to give somebody a 20 at some shop and then short you change and things like that. You need to know it. But a lot of it is teaching soft skills. We really concentrate on proper way to talk to a customer. Proper way to talk to your supervisor, proper way to talk to your coworkers, how to keep busy when it's slow, which is sometimes a really difficult skill, how to still be productive even though we don't have customers come in, whether it's clean or just doing something that's proactive. Yeah.
What are the hours and what days of the week?
So we are open Monday through Saturday, excuse me. Monday through Friday, we are 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Saturday, 8 to 2. The individuals are there at 9 a.m. We have two shifts, 9 a.m. to 2, and then 2 to 7, Monday through Friday. I'd like to get them there earlier, but one of the obstacles that we face is transportation. Getting them there earlier is kind of difficult. So, but it works. It's been a joy for everybody involved.
Now, Aaron, how long have you been at the coffee?
I've been there 2 years.
2.5.
2.5 years.
Now, you're a barista, right?
Yes.
Now, I was telling Mark earlier that I'm not a coffee drinker. How many different drinks do you have to learn?
I learned a lot of drinks. Like I learned like fraps, hot lattes, a lot of hot and cold drinks.
Now, since I'm not a coffee drinker, what does the Coffee Caravan offer for somebody like me?
Well, if you like smoothies, if you like for refreshers, things like that. Hot chocolate also. Yeah.
Chai latte.
Yeah. What's a typical day for you?
A typical day for me at Coffee Caravan is very on Mondays it's like slow. Tuesday kind of a little busy maybe, and then Thursday is kind of busy. We have a lot of people coming in on Thursday, like the sewing lady come in, swimming lady come in, things like that.
We have a bunch of groups that come in. Days that they come in that they've reserved, so they're used to the spots. So we're kind of used to it.
Is the busiest time people going to work? Yeah.
It is.
Now, what do you enjoy about working at the Coffee Caravan?
I enjoy being with my employees and with my manager and see the customer coming in, different customer come in, and then things like that. Yeah.
How do you feel about having an opportunity with the Coffee Caravan to be working and other people which may have a disability working with you?
I like that because a lot of people thinking we don't look at yourself as handicapped, look at yourself for who you are.
Now, prior to being here, did you have other jobs someplace else?
I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese's for 17 years.
Mouse.
So I was the mouse, and then I decided to quit that job, and
Well, COVID kind of killed that.
COVID kind of killed it. So.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Christina, you are a former outreach coach, is that right?
Yeah, job coach, yes.
A job coach. And now you're a supervisor. What does a job coach do?
So the job coach comes in after an individual would be given the opportunity to have a job out in the community, which is what we call community employment. The job coach comes alongside the individual and helps them learn their job tasks, helps them build a relationship with their coworkers of what we call natural supports, and then build obviously the relationship with the employer. So then eventually the whole point of the job coaching is we're not going to be there with them forever. We plan on just doing some fading as time goes on, as they've learned their tasks and the employer is feeling comfortable. And then eventually we're no longer there with them and they're independently employed in the community.
Now, does the WCBDD help people get the jobs?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have people that are called job developers. And so they help with a lot of different tasks. They can do job assessments. They help with resume making, help them search for the jobs, help them even figure out what job they would like to do.
How many job coaches do you have?
So we have 8 right now.
And since it's Warren County, the entire county?
Yes.
Okay.
There are other entities that do the same services that we provide as well. So,
Any idea how many businesses are involved with the Warren County BDD?
there's a lot. So we have a transition program that works with school-aged individuals where we have 5 locations right now that allow them to come in a little bit, a few days a week to learn job skills. We've had many in the past too. But Kroger's is a really good one. We have Gabe's. We have like a lot of grocery stores, a lot of fast food chains. They can get a job basically wherever they would like to put an application in.
Well, since our audience is primarily Lebanon people, you mentioned Kroger's and of course the job of the Coffee Caravan. Where else in town are people being involved?
Chipotle, McDonald's, Wendy's. We've had individuals at the Breakfast Club. Trying to think. That's all that I can think right off the top of my head.
How many people are involved, are being helped with the program? Do you know?
It's over 2,000, like total in our agency. But as far as with the community employment piece, it depends on the referrals that come in.
Now, How much is the individual involved in getting the job? I mean, is there a job interview and that sort of thing?
Yes, so they're involved from day one. So we work with an agency that's called the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities. And we partner with them, and they will give us referrals on individuals that, would like to have jobs in the community. So they either go to the job developers that will then help them, or sometimes the individuals even get the jobs themselves. And so then they're...
Does the WCBDD contact the company, or does the company contact the WCBDD?
Yes, we're the ones that are contacted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you ever have somebody, Kroger's or somebody saying, we'd like to help?
Yes.
So they do volunteer?
So sometimes we'll have businesses that, since they've partnered with us, they will call us and say, hey, we have, a job opening. Do you have anybody that would fit that? And so sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't have people at that time looking for that job.
What kind of disabilities do some of these people have?
It's a vast array, but I'm not really sure that's something that I can answer.
Okay. Well, is there, Aaron, now you're going to stay with us, and we're going to have someone else come back with us. Mark, is there anything else you want to add about the Coffee Caravan's involvement?
No, if I had to say one thing for us, I think besides helping the individuals, you were asking about, kind of the other side of the counter. I think one of the things that really surprised me that I didn't count on was the effect of the customer that comes in. One of my favorite stories is we have an individual that worked very close to Work Coffee Caravan and would come in periodically, quite often, quite frankly, and mostly just talk to me. And then after he'd been coming in for a while, he asked it was a muffin, but he asked what kind of cupcake it was. And I had 3 young ladies that were working with that shift, and they thought that was hilarious. And after that, they started calling him Cupcake. And every time he'd come in, hey, Cupcake, come in. This is a very manly man. And that went on, and he basically would stop talking to me and just talk to them. But then he came in one day and he's like, Mark, I was at Kroger and I saw somebody that obviously had a disability. And I said, I just started talking to him. And he said, I walked away and I thought, I never would have done that before. Mm-hmm. And that's the change we want to make. We want to not only give him a job, Aaron a job and a purpose, which is so important, but also it normalizes coming in and talking to our individuals. And maybe it normalizes a company calling, I forget your name, I'm sorry, Christina. Maybe it's a company that comes in and sees us and normally gets used to talking to him and comes to her and says, hey, you know what? I have a job that maybe one of these guys can do. Mm-hmm. If we could just change culture just a little bit at a time, that's what we're going for. And that's where it is. Mm-hmm. And also I would say when you're talking to any other companies out there that think that maybe they have contact, there's people out there that were underserved. They have purpose. That they have the ability to do so much more than people realize, but they need the opportunity. And that's why we started it. That's why you're in the job that you're in, is just trying to get these underserved people a chance.
Yes.
Now, Christina, these are adults, right? So you have to be out of school, or can you be a school-age person and being involved in the program?
We have 2 programs. So we have the transition program that works with them still school-aged, and then we have the adults that we work with, which is what we call the community employment.
And the age limit is the full spectrum, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long has the program been in operation? Any idea?
That I'm not sure of. I mean, it's been a while, but I'm not sure of the exact age. 10 years plus, I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Christina, Mark, thank you for being with us. Aaron, you and I will stay here, and we'll have another guest come in.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Aaron Bowman is back with us, but he's no longer representing the Coffee Caravan. He's now representing Voices Speaking Out. And we're joined with Ellen Hudson, who is the WCBDD Advocacy Coordinator. Welcome back, Aaron, and welcome, Ellen.
Thank you.
Now, what does the Advocacy Coordinator do?
Okay, the Voices Speaking Out Self-Advocacy Group is a group self-ran by the individuals enrolled in Warren County Board of DD, so it's a sponsored program. So they come together, they meet monthly to learn how to grow independence and to learn to speak up for themselves and others. So I'm that support person that support them in making these things happen. So they travel to different trainings around Ohio, different conferences. They give back to their community by doing service projects throughout the year. Our latest service project was they collected over 200 boxes of cereal that ended in September, and they're going to donate them to the local food pantries.
Aaron, how long have you been with the Voices Speaking
I've
Out?
been with Voices Speaking Out probably maybe 19 years.
Oh, is that right? Now, what do you do? What do you see the organization doing, Voices Speaking Out?
Well, I see a lot of things for them, like how you speak up, and things like that.
Now, are there some people in the organization who need help or encouragement to speak out?
Yes.
Okay. And so in many ways, you mentor those members.
Yes.
Okay. You meet once a month. Is there do you attend the meetings as the coordinator?
In every meeting, and Warren County, we're fortunate to have resources because we know transportation is a problem for our folks. So we have a van that I'm able to go around and pick up the individuals that do not have transportation. So I attend all meetings, I drive to the various trainings and make sure they get there.
Okay. And where do you meet?
We meet at the Warren C. Young Center on 801 Drake Road.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I saw once Warren County Voices singing at Christmas time there.
Voices of Warren County.
Yes.
Direct them.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Great job.
Love it.
Now, Aaron, what kind of issues have you dealt with as part of the Voices Speaking Out?
We do like a show like people are talking in front of and talking to the meetings. We get to tell them, hey, put the phone away, silent it, because we have a speaker who want to speak. You want to hear their speaker, not hear people's phone going off all the time.
Now, you as an organization, Ellen has already mentioned about the collecting of cereal and things. Are there things that you do to help other members, to help them get more involved in the community around them?
I take people out there come into advocacy group, help us out with different things like that.
Is it tougher for someone to get into the organization and to speak out on themselves, or is it tougher for the outside community to realize that you should talk to members of the Voices Speaking Out or people like them?
It's hard for people to speak up for themselves. They have trouble speaking up for themselves, and so yeah.
Okay. Ellen, the need for an advocacy program, is it great?
It's a great need. Simply because many of our individuals, they live independently, but they have supports in their home and they don't know how to ask for things that's important to them. So it's an urgent need because the group empowers them to use that voice. And for those that can't use that voice, others, their peers, can help speak up for them. And that's important.
Now, you were talking about some living independently. Does the group help some people who want to live independently to finally get a place of their own or something like that?
Well, Warren County Board of DD have programs in place to assist individuals become independent and live on their own. So they have those supports coming from the county. The group is kind of put together to kind of support those needs they have, things that they want that they don't know how to ask for, things that they need in their apartments and stuff. They rely on one another to speak up and get those things that's necessary.
Now, Christina, in the prior segment, said there's like 2,000 people who are helped by the Warren County BDD and the job program.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only 25 members of the Voices Speaking Out. Is that?
We have between 25 and 30 members. It's a voluntary group.
Mhm.
All individuals enrolled in Warren County Board of DD is welcome to join.
So, but you would encourage people to join, I would imagine.
Yes, I wish we could have everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, some folks, they're not, they're too shy to come out.
Yeah.
To peers, some can't come out due to services they have and needs they have.
Mm-hmm.
But we're open for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Now, the progress that the Voices Speaking Out makes, does it even though some people aren't members, can what they've done help somebody who isn't a member?
Well, fortunately, up until 2020, we had a young man in our group that was very active, but he wasn't receiving services. He just had that need of needing to have that support. So he was with us and very active, but unfortunately he passed away in 2020. But we have so many people that'll come to our meetings that's not members, and we welcome them. We want them to join. Want them to be a part because they need that support.
Is it simply a county organization, or do other counties have Voices Speaking Out also?
The majority of counties in Ohio have their own self-advocacy group. And then we get together with other county groups to do events and to meet and have picnics.
Mm-hmm.
So we support each other.
Yeah. Erin, what do you like best about the program?
I like Ellen Hudson. She's funny, and she's fun to be with.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there a president of the Voices Speaking Out?
Yes, we have a president and vice president and a secretary.
Okay. Do you have fundraisers or anything like that, or?
We don't have fundraisers, but we do community things. Like we set up booths in the community and in the local events, and we go and we volunteer at Hands Against Hunger in Sharonville. So we're always doing things like that.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is there anything else, Erin and Ellen, that we need to tell the viewers about Voices Speaking Out and the advocacy program?
It's fun. We go to Synergy. We go to Columbus to see a representative. It's fun, and we need more people that come on our team and speak up for themselves.
Yeah. Well, I hope the membership does grow, and I hope people watching this will be encouraged to join the organization. And thank Erin for being here for 2 segments. And very nice meeting you, Ellen.
Too. Thank you.
And the Voices of Warren County are fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm a part of Rotary, and we hear them every Christmas.
We're coming.
That's good. That's good. Well, you have a good time, folks, and we'll see you around town.